Hey, it's Lou with a tutorial on LeadPages, at least sort of a getting started with LeadPages. So if you have LeadPages, and if you don't, I'll give you a link at the end of this recording. But if you do have LeadPages and you want to create a web page, you simply go to your LeadPages account and go to Templates, which is the icon on the far left here. That's going to bring up all kinds of different designs and themes and templates that you can look at for your web page. Now, of course, you have to decide what type of web page you're creating and what is the goal of that page. So in a lot of cases, we're doing sales pages or opt-in pages. So you could narrow it down by going up here to one of the categories like opt-in pages or sales pages or thank you pages. You can also sort by most recent or by conversion rate. This can be a little misleading because the older pages tend to have a bigger conversion rate. So for instance, if you're doing a webinar, these are all webinar pages. If you're doing an opt-in, there's some opt-in pages here. And if you're just starting out, I would encourage you to keep it simple. There are a lot of really long, complicated lead pages, but there are also some very short, basic lead pages that do the same thing. So look at pages like this one where you can do a giveaway and a simple opt-in, or maybe something with gift, or really some of the pages that are not overly complicated. Some of the simple pages are the best. Again, you can sort by conversion rate. You can also sort by which templates are drag and drop versus which ones are sort of standard. I haven't really used the drag and drop too much yet because I'm so used to the standard. And if you have a pro LeadPages plan like I do, you also have access to marketplace pages and a lot of other pages. So if you uncheck free, then you will see a lot more pages and a lot more options available. But again, sometimes the simplest and most elegant are the best and the easiest to create. So something with a photo background and a quick opt-in, or a simple slide background with an opt-in. Some of these email opt-in pages are not too complicated. And again, as you get more skilled with LeadPages, you can create longer and better pages. And you can delve into some of the more involved pages, but for the purposes of this demonstration, let's keep it fairly simple. So really, sometimes the hardest part is finding the appropriate template that you want to use. So again, keep it simple. Narrow it down if you can by using one of these tabs above. So if you're looking just for an opt-in page, for example, that's going to narrow it down to opt-in pages. Decide whether or not you want your page to have a video right off the bat. That way you can narrow it down further, or look for pages that have a place for video. Obviously video helps conversions, and it can help make your page more personal and engaging. So again, if there is an opportunity to add video, not a bad idea. Here's one. And don't be intimidated if there are a lot of sections and you think, oh my gosh, how am I going to fill all that space? Because you can hide or eliminate the sections that you don't need. So here's one for Telesummit. I mean, you can be used for a lot of things, but it says Telesummit. So if I click on that one and say use this template, it's going to open up the template and I can begin customizing it. So this is what the page looks like as a template, and again, you've got a whole bunch of sections here. You can always hide sections if you want, and the idea is that you replace their images with your images, the blank space for video with your video, tabs, etc. One of the first things you're going to have to do to make this page work is give it a name and save it. So if I save this page and call it another test page, don't worry too much about these things at this point. Just save that page. So now you've got it up here. And when you go to save it, it's going to ask you to complete the integration setup. And that is where you basically connect your lead page to third-party software, whether it's Webinar Jam or Infusionsoft or some other service. Right now I'm just going to ask for lead notifications, which will just send me an email when somebody fills out the form on this page. Generally speaking, the more fields in the form, the fewer conversions you'll get. So I usually get rid of this phone number. Again, I can change this image with one of the images I have in my system. You can upload your own images. Obviously, maybe if this was for video marketing shortcuts, I would put that there. I can change the language here, right over here in this box. Enter your email address below to reserve video marketing shortcuts. I just fill in the blanks there. And again, I can change this to say whatever I want it to say. Right now it just says free instant access. We'll leave that as is for now and click OK on the left. Here's where all the integration settings come in. Again, at some point, if you want to capture names and get these people on your list, especially if it's an opt-in page, you're going to need to connect LeadPages to your system. In my case, I have Infusionsoft. So when I go to integration settings, again, right now I'm just doing it with lead notifications, but I could connect it with Webinar Jam or Infusionsoft, and that's how I would set that up. So that just depends on what you're using for third-party software. And we'll X out of this, go back to the main page. Now again, anytime you see an image or an icon on this page, it can be switched out to another image. These are all the images that I have uploaded in my LeadPages. You'll upload your own images in your LeadPages. So again, it depends on what I'm promoting, but if I was promoting an event with Felicia and I, for example, I would pick something like that as the image to replace the other image, and then just go down here and click done. Or you can upload a new picture to upload your own images. So now I've got my Felicia and Lou image instead of that other image. Same thing with the headline. I would just change out the headline. So whatever your headline is, in 30 days. And you can go up here on the left and change the font or the size. Maybe I want to make that a little smaller so it all fits on one line. Maybe I want to make it bigger so it fits on 2 lines. I can change the font here. I don't usually mess with the fonts they have. Usually the designs are pretty good, so I tend to leave those alone. I might play with the sizes a little bit, though. Maybe I want to get that on 1 line. So make it 36. And then again, with the opt-in button, that's where you can go and customize that. Any of the sections here, you can either hide them by clicking on the icon here and clicking hide or edit text. And you're going to obviously switch that out with your own text. Now again, you might say, oh my gosh, I don't need all this area. I don't have all these speakers, or I don't have this or that. You can hide entire sections of this template, either by going on the left over here and clicking the little I button like this, call to action section 2, content area, etc. So you can hide it over here by clicking the eyeball thingy, or you can just go to the right hand side and click the upper right hand setting arrow here where you can say see hide, like okay, I don't want that section, I'm going to hide it. If you want to unhide it, you go back over here and unclick the I button. And again, you're just going to replace all of their generic text with your text. And also, if you want to put a video, this particular page has a video, click on the video and it's going to ask you for the video embed code. So if you've uploaded a video to YouTube or Vimeo, you go to YouTube and get that embed code. Let me see if I can give you a quick example of that. Here's a video. I've got my embed here. I'm going to copy that line of HTML code that begins with iframe and ends with iframe, and then I'm going to go back to my lead page and paste that embed code here. Oh, that didn't work. But anyway, you would paste your embed code there, and when you're done, once you go to preview that page or publish it, that'll actually be that video that you took in from YouTube or Vimeo. Just got to make sure that you bring in the right video. So I think I forgot to copy it. Copy and go back and paste. We'll try that one more time. Where did it go? There it is. Click on the video. There it is. Paste the embed code and click done. Alright, so now if you wanted to preview or see this page in progress, and again, you can change all these sections or you can hide them. This has a gazillion different ways to go here, so we're going to skip all that stuff and go back to the top. Now, one other thing, if you don't like this green background or the color scheme in general, you can go over here to Styles on the left, and you can play with all the colors. You can change the background colors or the buy button colors, the banners, the text, really the whole deal. This theme is nice though. It's got the green, the black, and the pink, so we won't mess around with that. But if you did say, oh, I really don't like the headline, that color, you could just go here and change it. See how it just turned blue? Because I changed it to blue. Or pink to match the other pink up top. Let's leave it blue for now. So that's it. You just go to that styles area. You can change your default fonts. You can change your colors along the way, and we'll get rid of that. Go back to content. One other thing here, this is called a responsive lead page, which means regardless of the device people are looking at it on, tablet or iPhone, it will work. But if you want to see what it's going to look like on a tablet, click the tablet button, and that'll give you a short sample of how that's going to look on your iPad or tablet. Everything's still there, it's just a little smaller. And even on a phone, you can see how is this going to play out on a phone with over 50% of mobile users, well, over 50% of videos viewed on a mobile device. So this is not bad either, just to see kind of how it goes. And you can skip around, and it will show you exactly how that's going to look on the phone as well, with your video and your picture. We'll go back to responsive because that's the easiest to work with when you're setting things up. Again, I can go up here and change the logo from their logo to one of my logos. So I just have to pick out a logo here, and just for fun we'll say it is Blabapalooza, and we click OK down here. Done. Now you can see how that, it's not huge, but you can see how that little logo switched over to my logo. Same with this stuff. You can change these and make them link to something by clicking the URL here. So all these can link to other parts of this page or to completely different websites if you want. Once you've got it all set up the way you want, click Save. Once we've saved our page, we can go to Publish. And when you publish your page, you'll be given some options here. It will ask you how you want to publish this page. You can publish it using LeadPages, which means LeadPages is essentially hosting the page, and I usually do it this way because it's the easiest. And then you're going to get your link here, which is the link to this page that you'll promote in emails or Facebook or Twitter, however you want to promote it. You can go and view that page, which I always do just to check it, and then you'll see what it's going to look like in real life. Now obviously we didn't customize any of the rest of this, we just started working on the top here a little bit. So we've got our image, we've got our video that plays just like that, and again this is just a sample video that we put in. We've got our headline, and then we got get free access, which is going to take us to the form. Now I forgot to take out these fields in the form here, but you probably usually just have name and email address, and that's how people get on the list or sign up for your freebie or opt in. And this is connected to your third-party email service provider, so that once that's all connected, it's set it and forget it, and you are good to go. So again, obviously if you wanted to make any changes, you'd go back to the page where you were doing all the customization, and if you decide you don't want to publish this as a lead page but you want to put it on your own WordPress site, you simply download the LeadPages WordPress plugin for your WordPress website or blog, and you can upload this page to your own site, so it can be a page on your WordPress site. You could put it on your own server, which is a little more complicated, or you could publish it as a tab on a Facebook page. So if you click Add to Facebook Page, it's just going to ask you which page you want to put this on. And again, we can make whatever edits we want to make, and if we decide we want to publish this a different way, we just go back to publish again up here on the upper right, and that's where we select whether we want to do this WordPress, Facebook, or LeadPages. 9 times out of 10 I just use the LeadPages hosting because it's easy, and you can just take your link here and you're ready to go. If you want, you could turn that into a pretty link or something, so it would say bortone.com/whatever, and we're done. So that's the basic setup. Again, if you go back to LeadPages here, we're gonna leave this page, and we look at our these are my lead pages. So there's that test page right at the top. The most recent one will be at the top if you have it sorted that way, and you're going to see all your conversion numbers and things like that. Obviously we didn't publish this page publicly, so there's nothing there yet, but you could go back here and edit the page. You could do an A/B split test, you could rename it, you could delete it, you could duplicate it, but usually that's where you find your page. And if I click on that, I'll go right back to that page again where we publish it. If I click on edit, I'll go back into the template itself where I can make additional changes, take stuff out, put new stuff in. So I'd go back in here and again start working on the customization. Every section is represented over here. You can hide entire sections at a time like that. It really is up to you what you want to keep in there, what you want to customize, what you want to not show at all perhaps. Alright, so you've got that. Now again, if you go back to your main lead pages section, you're going to be taken to the lead pages list where all your new pages are. Here are all my pages, and we go back to templates here, and that's where you can again find all of the different templates, all the samples where you're going to start to decide what kind of lead page do you need to create, what template do you want to use, and what template do you want to customize for your own purposes. So you go in here. Now if you have a different version, you get marketplace pages, not just free pages. You have the higher level version, and again you can sort those by new pages or by conversion rate, or you can search pages by your categories up here. So if I was looking for just a thank you page, I'd click thank you, and I'd see several thank you pages here that I could use. There's webinar thank you pages, there's video thank you pages, there's invite a friend pages. I tend to use the simple ones that basically just give the user an opportunity to download their opt-in if they've signed up for a product or an opt-in. So a thank you page like the one coming up here, really simple. It just gives you an opportunity to switch out a graphic here, a little bit of text, and the download. So what would go in here is the link to the actual download, whether it's an ebook or a video series or a freebie, whatever that may be. So always good to have those thank you pages as a follow-up to your main page. So that's it for this tutorial. We'll do others later that talk about lead links and lead boxes. For now, this is the Get Started with Lead Pages demo. So we'll see you next time. And again, if you don't have lead pages and you want it, just check out the link here on this page, which is my affiliate link, and you can get a great deal on lead pages. Bye for now.